Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So Naoya Inoue defeats Michael Dasmarinas by a third round knockout. This was a clinic in body punching. And once again, Naoya Inoue proved his class. You know, this guy, in my opinion, is a special fighter. We saw Jermall Charlo fight on the same night, and he was fighting a similar sort of opponent in Juan Montiel, a guy who was overmatched and outgunned. And while Jermall Charlo clearly won that fight, he basically dominated it. He couldn't get his man out of there. And to me, you know, the comparison in performances, I know they're totally different weight classes, but Jermall Charlo, a very good fighter, Naoya Inoue, a great fighter. That's what a great fighter does. When he's in there with an overmatched opponent, he destroys them and dispatches them with ease. And that's exactly what Naoya Inoue did to Michael Dasmarinas. Right from the very first bell, Inoue was stalking his opponents, pouring the jab, looking for that big left hook, looking for the overhand right. Dasmarinas was very skitty, his movement was jittery, and I felt he looked quite nervous. He knew what he was in there with. And yeah, as the round went on, Inoue started to look for that left hook, connected a couple of times to the head, and also landed a couple of nice straight right hands to body and head. Dasmarinas wasn't really doing too much in that round. He was fighting out of a southpaw stance, just moving around, trying to be awkward, but, you know, didn't really throw too much. So yeah, first round was a clear Naoya Inoue round. Bit of a feel-out round, but nonetheless a clear Inoue round. Round two, Inoue started to go through the gears, although Dasmarinas actually landed a couple of nice straight lefts in the second round, but after that, Inoue closed the distance, found a home for his straight right hand, and obviously that big left hook to the body, which dropped Michael Dasmarinas in the second round. And to be honest, that first body shot knockdown, he did quite well to get up from. Definitely a hard shot, he felt it, but he continued to fight on, and throughout the rest of round two, Dasmarinas was catching a lot of hard body shots, left hooks to the liver, but he got through the second round. But you know, after that you could tell that the writing was on the wall. Dasmarinas just didn't have what it took to really get Inoue to respect him, and yeah, you could tell the writing was on the wall. In the third round was where this fight finished. Inoue picked up where he left off in the second round, pushing Dasmarinas back, closing the distance and finding that left hook to the body. He dropped Dasmarinas again to the body with a left hook. Dasmarinas went down. Once again he beat the count. He got up at like 9 somehow, because it was a hard shot, man. You could hear it, like you could hear the shot land. But he beat the count again, and shortly after that, once again Inoue closes the distance and yeah, lands another left hook to the body, drops Dasmarinas once again, and the referee waved it off. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this is what we expected. Dasmarinas went into this fight as the mandatory, I believe, for the IBF, but he's not fought at the level of Naoya Inoue, quite frankly, and, you know, the golfing class was apparent from the very first bell, in my opinion. Dasmarinas, you know, he took his shots, he tried on occasion, he threw a few shots, but nothing to really write home about. And, yeah, like I said earlier, when a great fighter is fighting an overmatched opponent, this is what I expect, you know, concise, swift, and brutal, and that's exactly what Inoue delivered against an overmatched opponent. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where Naoya Inoue goes from here. In the bantamweight division right now, he's in a bit of a hard place, to be honest. So, if you've not heard the news, Nonito Donaire and Jonriel Casimero are now fighting on August 14th. Rigondeaux is no longer fighting Casimero. So, yeah, Donaire and Casimero are fighting in a unification fight. So, Casimero's got the WBO, Donaire's got the WBC. Those two are unifying. Rigondeaux apparently is going to fight the winner, so undisputed right now for Naoya Inoue is some time away, so he can't get one of the other champions right now. And when you look at the bantamweight division, I mean, I can't really see too many options for him to fight. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Rigondeaux, but, Rigondeaux's going to fight the winner of Donaire versus Casemiro, apparently. So, Rigondeaux's out of the equation, Casemiro's out of the equation, Nonito Donaire's out of the equation. He's already beaten Jason Maloney. Nordine Ubali's just lost. I guess he could fight Raymark Gabarlo, who recently beat Emmanuel Rodriguez by robbery. He could fight him, I guess. When you look at bantamweight right now, there's not exactly many great options for him, if we're being honest. I'm looking through bantamweight right now, and there's not too many good options right now for Naoya Inoue. So, in the meantime, I guess it's best that he stays busy. The next couple of opponents might not be of the highest quality due to the other guys in the division fighting, but you've got to do what you got to do. You've got to stay active. You've got to keep your momentum. So, it'll be interesting to see where Inoue goes from here. I'm looking. Maybe he could have a one-off fight at super bantamweight. Maybe try and fight one of the champions there. Could Inoue fight MJ Akhmadaliev? Matchroom have worked with Top Rank in the past. MJ Akhmadaliev is currently with Matchroom and DAZN, so maybe Inoue could move up to fight Akhmadaliev, because right now, bantamweight, his options are definitely on the thin side. So I am worried actually about Inoue going forwards and getting these top opponents. Will the PBC be willing to put their guys in with Naoya Inoue? Fingers crossed, man. I would like to see bantamweight become undisputed. I want to see an undisputed champion at bantamweight, but right now it's not looking exactly too promising for Naoya Inoue. But nevertheless, all in all, a very good performance by Naoya Inoue. Really good stuff, and we'll see where he goes from here. Anyway, share your thoughts below. What did you make of Naoya Inoue's performance? I thought he looked fucking great as always. And, man, share your thoughts below. Peace.